What's up, folks?
So, okay, we're going to do this Wendy's pretzel bacon pub burger, except we got it with chicken, and it's not we had to go like 2 hours away to get one, but we had to go anyways to get groceries at Walmart.
Driving hours. Lovely.
So it's still probably just as good though. But we got chicken because I've already ate the burger one and meant to do a review with it. But it's got pub cheese, brown mustard, pickles, bacon, pretzel bun, and chicken. Oh, it's really cheesy. I know you don't like pickles that much, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Mm. Mm. Really cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
A little salty. So what do you think? I thought the burger was better. You didn't try the burger, did you?
Mm-mm.
But this is good. I like the burger better, though. It probably would have been better fresh. Oh, well.
Yeah.
We could have done a review up there, but I can't remember why we didn't. Was there a reason why we didn't?
It was too busy and too noisy. And
Yeah.
And too many people.
I don't even remember that long ago. It was just such a crazy day. And then I still have this rash and it's getting worse. Look at that. So, I don't know. I think the only thing new in my diet is onions.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've eaten onions, just not as much as I have the last week.
The last week or so.
I've been going nuts with onions. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Maybe I am pregnant. No. No, I'm just kidding. Remember, I got a rash and I started eating weird foods that weren't like me. But I don't even know how that's possible because I don't know how that works. How do you do that? How do you... No, I'm just kidding with you. I'm messing. I love you.
I love you.
Anyway, so I don't even know what we're talking about.
Neither do I.
Here.
I'm just eating.
I mean, like, all these people have questions about stuff, and I don't know what to talk about. Which one of the topics to cover. I mean, like... Okay, the short story on how I met Larry is through Pablo. Anyways. That's the short story. So... I met him way back when. I think it was 2017. 2017 or 2017 when I moved here. And the second time. And we were staying at the Buckaroo. Pablo was friends with this dude. I won't say his name, but he's one of the dudes he cheated on me with. I don't want to say his name because I don't want to get in trouble for slander. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, and Larry lived with dude's parents in the house behind him with this other guy who helped take care of him. So, and then Pablo hung out with Larry as well. Sometimes Larry would have weed and Pablo wouldn't. So, and then he, you know, being the wonderful person he is, he'd nip out of his bag and he'd hang out with him. I also let him drive my car once. Twice. He let him drive my car. I didn't know until later. Larry told me. But he let him drive my car around the old Kmart parking lot. So, you know, so Larry could feel like so he could drive again.
Yeah.
And then when things were finally like at a boiling point, and I kicked Pablo out, he went to go live with Larry because Larry's caregiver had died. Remember I told you the story?
Yeah.
They got in a fight, and dude punched Larry, and Larry punched him back, and dude had a heart attack.
Yeah.
So his caregiver passed away, and Pablo moved in with Larry and was his new caregiver. Okay. So yeah, and we weren't talking at the time, but I still knew where he was and stuff. And anyways, I know they got kicked out of that place, and then they were living in their van, in Pablo's van, for about 2 months.
Yeah.
They were stranded in Colorado for a while. They were living at the KOA in Trinidad, right? You know.
Yeah.
In the van with, Muhammad and 2 other dogs. They found a rescue for the 2 other little dogs. They were the caregiver's dogs. See, that's...
Yeah.
And they were just going to let them loose. And, Pablo said, no, I'll take them. And he found a rescue for them, of course, So then they were living in the van, just him and Muhammad and Pablo. And then when he got back there, and Pablo got his apartment. And then we started talking again for a little bit. That was a mistake. But it was meant to be, obviously, I guess. And then, actually, in some of my older videos, where I'm talking about the divorce court and stuff, I talk about how I got Larry out of there because Pablo was taking all his money, and getting drunk and kicking him out in the middle of the night, and he just, forcing Larry to drink with him, having sex on Larry's bed. Well, Larry slept on the bench, the back bench for the minivan. And I know it's not funny, it's a nervous laugh.
Yeah.
He slept on the bench, but he had sex with a hooker on Larry's bench. Well, Larry was outside having a cigarette. And they left the condom on the bench. Poor Larry. So then see, he doesn't really know the whole story of Larry either. So then Pablo and I stopped talking again. Because, oh my god, it was so funny. I mean, funny in a sad way. Like, Larry and I were talking, and God forbid. We were just talking, and I laughed at it, or he laughed at one of my jokes. We were all ribbing on each other, and I ribbed on Pablo. And Larry laughed, and he got so mad, and then he was trying to say I was flirting with Larry. Oh, I saw you looking at him, and flipped you. He's like, oh, you flipped your hair. I was like, okay, I flipped my hair at a blind man. He said I was flirting with Larry. Then also, like, the night before, I was, like, buying him cigarettes and bringing him food and stuff, because they never had food in the house.
Yeah.
The night before that, where he kicked me out and called the cops on me. Because I was flirting with Larry. I didn't know that was a arrestable offense, but apparently he thought it was. He called the cops on me. He, like I said, the night before, he was like, you should suck Larry's dick for him, because he hasn't had it. And I'm just like, really, dude? And Larry's like, what? So, I mean, like, this is how night and day this dude was. And you know, you've met him.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Anyways, want some more? Nom, nom, nom. I think the candy kicked in a little bit. I may have taken up candy before this video. So, yeah. So, I also had started going to church with Pablo and Larry at the First Baptist. So I kept going. Pablo stopped going, but Larry kept going. I gave Larry a phone. I was like, my number is number 2. If you ever need, to reach me or whatever. Pablo ended up stealing the phone. But he kicked Larry out one night. And, so anyways, he kicked Larry out one night. And you know the story from here. How he was missing for like 4 days. And the whole town was looking for him. And I drove around. I got a tip from one of my friends. Because, I have friends everywhere that know everything.
Yeah.
So one of my friends had told me they saw Larry at Ezekiel's. The place I drive by on High that's burned down now?
Yep.
They said he was staying there. So I drove by. And the first night, I went by, and Ezekiel was out there doing some yard work at like 9 o'clock at night. And I said, is Larry staying here with you? He's like, he is, but he's with his girlfriend. I guess he had a girlfriend for like a day. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay. So I left, and I came back the next day, and Larry was there. And, I took him to go get food and asked him how he was, and, I kind of surveyed the place, and I hadn't seen inside of it yet at that point.
Yeah.
Larry said he was okay. And then the next day I came by to get Larry, and I saw inside of the place, and it's abandoned. It was like, well, crack house. I was like, Larry, you can't stay here. It's going to catch on fire. It's a death trap. It's, So yeah, I told Larry he can come live with me. We could try to get him into housing and stuff. Anyways, so 2 days after Larry was living here, the police knock on the door looking for Larry. Or, have you seen Larry? Yeah, they're like, okay, we just wanted to make sure he was okay because the house he was reported staying at burned down. Completely burned down.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn. I woke up Larry and I told him, and he's like, damn.
Yeah.
So that's how Larry came to be the roommate that he'll never leave.
Yeah, the adopted stepchild.
Yeah, he's like our adopted child. Teenage child. Who listens to music and smokes all day and doesn't clean his room. So that's Larry.
Yeah.
And, I joke with him about that, too, so. Anyways. Now you know how I met Larry, too.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
Ah. Anyways. I don't know. Maybe next time we'll tell him the story of how the car got stolen on our vacation in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Anybody interested in that?
It's pretty funny, interesting.
Wild.
Crazy.
Or if there's anything else, just feel free to ask. I know there's like a queue of questions, and we'll get to them. So,
We'll get there eventually.
Maybe one day we'll even do that boyfriend tag or husband tag or whatever the fuck it is.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a whole bunch of questions like, what color are my eyes? And stuff like that. Like, okay. Or, do you remember our first date? Like, our first date. Did we even have a date?
Not really. We just came over and...
Well, no, we hung out that one day.
Yeah.
And we had McDonald's, but it wasn't really a date. We drove in the car. We had a cheeseburger. I brought the dogs.
Yeah. We just cruised around and,
and then,
listened to music.
Our one friend at the time got mad at us, even though she set us up.
Yeah.
And then we didn't talk for like 2 months. And then you moved in.
I came over one day and
look at you still here.
We had dinner and watched movies and
fell asleep
and I moved in.
And he brought his house with him. If we open this window during the day, you can see where he lived because he brought it with him. Yep. So it's a giant bus. What is it?
1974 Chevrolet Apache full-size school bus.
And it's red.
Gasoline motor.
So, his house...
fully converted to RV.
His house is outside the window in our third of an acre lot. So, yeah. Okay. That's it. Laters.
Peace.
Watch out for the normal people.
Yeah, what she said.
Oh, and the burger. I don't know. I give it a 4.
Yeah.
4 out of 5.
Yeah, I was thinking 4 too.
Yeah.
It's...
Sorry, we got wrapped up in the moment. Okay. Bye.
Bye.